It's one of the biggest political bombshells that Canada has seen in quite some time. Chrystia Freeland's resignation as finance minister just hours ahead of an expected economic update sent shockwaves.
If Chrystia Freeland was aiming for maximum effect, she nailed it.
Freeland has been an integral player in Trudeau's government for years. Here's how it all started. Trudeau first met Freeland in 2012 at a Toronto signing of her book. He was so impressed by her ideas that he spent the next 8 months trying to recruit her.
We are living in an age of surging income inequality.
She agreed, and in the 2013 by-election, ran for the seat vacated by longtime Liberal Bob Rae.
The Toronto Centre Liberals were abuzz about this woman.
We've come home because Canada is at a tipping point.
She recently left her executive position at Thomson Reuters in New York. The move paid off. She won the nomination on the first ballot.
And she would go on to win that by-election.
Thank you so much.
Trudeau said her writing on economic inequality lined up with his middle-class message in the 2015 election.
We need Chrystia Freeland to be part of that team.
Freeland ran for re-election in Toronto's new riding of University Rosedale in the 2015 federal election and won again. So did Trudeau, becoming the 23rd Prime Minister of Canada.
Sunny ways, guys, sunny ways.
Trudeau proudly announced the first gender-balanced cabinet in Canadian history.
Because it's 2015.
Freeland was named International Trade Minister as her first cabinet position. In 2017, she was elevated to Foreign Affairs Minister to deal with U.S. President Donald Trump. She soon made her mark. Trump took a public dig at her late in the NAFTA renegotiation.
We're very unhappy with the negotiations and the negotiating style of Canada. We don't like their representative very much.
But the new trade deal was finalized a few days later. That work elevated Freeland within Trudeau's inner circle. He appointed her as Deputy Prime Minister in 2019.
One star member gets a few key duties. Chrystia Freeland is now Intergovernmental Affairs Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, the first in that position since Anne McClellan about 15 years ago.
She stood by the Prime Minister through several controversies.
The Prime Minister has my full support.
Again and again, in every controversy that's come up since then, blackface, the We Charity, and assorted lesser controversies, at some point, Chrystia Freeland says, into a bank of cameras that she still has confidence in the Prime Minister.
Then the pandemic impacted the finances of countries around the world. In August 2020, Freeland became Finance Minister, the first woman to hold the post.
To all the Canadian women across our amazing country who are out there breaking glass ceilings, keep going.
She helped Trudeau navigate the fallout of COVID and critics who blasted government overreach. Protesters criticized government mandates, and some addressed Freeland directly.
Another Canadian politician has been the target of up-close harassment. In a video circulating on social media, an Alberta man is seen shouting profanities at the Deputy Prime Minister.
Doing in Alberta? You traitors!
Freeland responded to the encounter on social media, writing that what happened was wrong, but doesn't reflect the Alberta that she knows.
In 2022, Freeland testified in the Emergencies Act inquiry, which examined the use of force to clear convoy protesters.
I had at that moment a very profound duty to Canadians to stand up for them. And I'm surprised that I'm getting emotional, but I'm the finance minister. I'm the deputy prime minister. I have to protect Canadians.
Then, with her Ukrainian roots, another struggle that was deeply personal, Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
We are not going to forget, and we will work with Ukraine and with our democratic allies around the world.
The end of 2024 brought more surprises. The Trudeau government announced a temporary GST holiday and $250 checks for every working Canadian.
One of the benefits of this measure is to give Canadians a little more support, a little more help.
But it reportedly sparked tension between Freeland and Trudeau. And sources say he wanted to replace her with former Bank of Canada Governor Mark Carney.
How does the Prime Minister, on the eve of a statement that we've been waiting for months, deep six his finance minister and think that things are going to be normal?
And then the bombshell. Freeland's resignation came the day of the fall economic statement, eclipsing news of a $62 billion deficit. In her letter, she denounced Trudeau's costly political gimmicks and said she no longer enjoyed his confidence. Now, an uncertain future, as Freeland plans to stay on as a Liberal MP, while calls mount for Trudeau's resignation.
Will you step aside, sir?
Do not resign!
Will you step
Do
aside,
not
sir?
resign!
And with that, speculation of a potential leadership run for Freeland in the near future.